Okay.
All right. So I am just sitting here thinking and really just my wheels are turning with the stories that you've shared. Like I am just lasered in and really putting myself in this situation of in these shoes of the parents, right, that you're sharing. And it's just been so powerful to witness. And I'm wondering if you have a story of parents having difficulty communicating with their child, because I think a lot of us do. And what was the outcome of that?
I think in parenting, parent coaching, and child security, this is a common challenge that we face. The parents, they are having difficulty connecting with their child, the child having difficulty connecting with the parent. And unfortunately, I have seen really scary outcome out of it. But I just want to share one which was just so sad. The child have to go through that because of that barrier of uh, communication. So this is, I was seeing this wonderful couple. Both are doctors, and this is their teenager daughter who has been excelling, in the up till middle school, high school. She was doing okay, and college, I think there was significant drop out in terms of classes, academic, and then she has been involved in some other um, missing school, skipping, telling lies, and a lot of those kind of behavior that parents shared. So when I was listening to the families, they were pretty mad. They were pretty upset because, they sent her to a really high-end private school. They were very involved, and they always, made her try to do in their try to do everything to make her happy, celebrate all her birthdays, her graduation, her success. And they were not sure why, their teenagers were so unappreciative, spoiled, lazy, and feeling sad and not putting attention, not putting efforts, and why she have to tell lies to them when she was missing classes and they had to find out, when she failed. But the worst part is that they also found that she has been engaged in self-cutting as well. And I saw, the dad was mad, mom was crying, and this teenager was just sitting on the corner, not saying anything, just on the phone, I think just trying to cope what they were saying. And then I request parents, if they can step out, I can talk to the teenagers. And gradually I asked her what's going on, try to understand the story. And she said, that yeah, she was doing well in school, but she got really bad bullied in middle school because of her skin color. And people commented on her nose, and she used to tell her parents, and they used to say, just ignore them, just focus on your grades. Look, you are doing so well. People make fun. The parents used to share their own example, that people made fun of them, but they ignore everything and look, how successful they are. They are, excelling in their, one is the chief of in their specialty, other mother is, another CEO of another hospital. So they used to share and try to motivate. And she said, gradually she started feeling sad, down, sleep start getting affected, and then, she started losing interest in a lot of things that she used to like. And, when she went to college, she already have significant lack of interest, lack of motivation. And then she started cutting, so that the parents can see the pain, that she was going through. Because one time she remember that, she was playing in the middle school, I believe, or she was, I don't know, elementary or middle school. She was trying to ride a bike, and she got a cut on her foot, and she remembered the mom and dad were up all the night, taking care of her. So she thought, I'm telling them I'm feeling sad, I'm telling them I'm feeling upset, I'm telling them people are not nice to me, I'm telling that, that I don't like going out anymore, but no one is understanding or listening. And then, she thought, I don't know where did, there's so much out in the social media, self-cutting. Because one day she was telling, she was so angry, so down. No one, she called her mom and she just went into the same, you have to focus on your exam. Look at us, we went through so much difficulties, but we never let those. And she said, there was just uh, a knife, or she cut and she felt good, all that pain went away, and she started cutting. And one day the mom saw the cutting, and that's how she realized how much she was going through as a depression and emotional pain. So she said, then that's how she got into cutting. But she was sad and crying, she was so sad that it took them 3 years. And until she started cutting, they were unable to see the pain, the emotional pain that she was going through. So people labeled this, because the parents have read about the borderline personality disorder and bipolar disorder. And but when I helped the story and understood, I just helped them. She was trying to communicate. You were trying to help. You were trying to motivate. But what she was going through, you were not understanding. You were not connecting. And that's why whatever you're trying to say, she was not understanding. So can you start listening, understanding, and connecting with each other rather than correcting, fixing, blaming, and giving the big buckets of advice? Can we spend time to listen? Can we make that intentional effort? The next time if my child says something, rather than I go into, this is not right, this is, you should not think that way, you should have done this, just listen. That must be really hard for you. Tell me a little bit more. How can I help? What can we do together? And so down the road, the child was able to open up that she was involved in drinking. Parents didn't know that. She was going through a really dark path because no one was understanding. And the parents, they were able to absorb. They were not labeling, not going into that shame, guilt, resentment. You should be respectful. You should, this is against the culture, against all. They were also understanding why she was doing it. And the teenager was also understanding why it was hard for parents, because their own parents, their parents, the grandparents, they have seen them just earning money, making sure they get good education, but they have never that opportunity being understood and being connected with their own parents at an emotional level. So this is a work together, and it was overall a really good outcome. With the child, she started earning good grades. The parents recently came to me so proud, that she was doing so well academically. Parents were so happy, and they have been doing so many great things together.
What a deeply, it's a profound story. It's hard to hear as a parent, but I love that the outcome that they had was to really know that she needed to be heard. And that you were able to pull that from talking to her, and also sharing with the parents, and hearing from the parents as well. So thank you for sharing that with us. I know that there are other parents that are going through this with their child, and I know this provides hopefully a beacon of light to know that they're not alone, and that
Yeah. Thank you.
something different can happen. So thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for asking and giving this opportunity.